reading of my poem Transition. This poem has been selected and included in the anthology titled In Silence We Wait, edited and published by Richard M.Grove in Canada. This year, that is 2021. Here is the poem. Too long have I never before lived through the lockdowns and pain that have quickly passed like the nimbus clouds. I wonder. It is winter now, gloomy winter with the temperature dipping, where this bitter frenzy rests frozen but resurrected as strain variant. The winter sky is wild. The leafless trees are brown with sorrow. I am an ostrich trying to hide from the predator corona. Will the battle soon be finished, to be won against the invisible enemy? Will hope sweeten as the spring surely bring new promises with multi-hued flowers? Will the terrible pass with the blooming of slow loveliness spring? Birds with their damp feathers in cities perching on faded rooftops and dusted treetops. Quiet cattle chewing the cud in winter shadows. Unmasked stray dogs and lousy pigs lunging, waiting for a smooth transition. Will the terrible pass with the blooming of slow loveliness spring? I sit in my solitary house, surrounded by winter green fields and looming coconut trees that have been standing for a long, even before my arrival. I feel the colorless coolness of the winter breeze, transfixing my eyes at the whispering, wilted, falling, tumbling leaves, searching for answers for the pandemic. I wish for smooth, painless transitions that leave me and the rest of humanity better than before. Without them, the meaning is insignificant. Feared, someday the trees would be replaced with concrete structures, songs of birds with honking. Will the world be the same again? Will the terrible pass with the blooming of slow loveliness spring? Raw mangoes in summer, apples in winter, I ate with my mates. We played in the sand and built small houses with our small imaginations. Our bodies grew just like our imaginations. Our hands reached tall branches, flitted like butterflies and shouted like langurs. We played cricket, football, coco, and marbles for fun on unshaven grounds. Those were the days we spent making paper rockets and hurled paper boats in the runners to reach imagined destinations. We stayed outside catching fireflies, butterflies, and beetles until the sun escaped from the advancing night, and those blinking little stars were the only lights to guide our way. Those summer breaks spent chasing crabs on drying river birds, our bodies mud pressed in warm water together, all our thoughts concentrated on an evanescent summer. No more tuition hours, because we felt educated in play enough together all day, in the jocund company of birds, dogs, monkeys, butterflies, moths, and trees. We returned home late in the evening, wiping the mud out from between our fingers and toes. Our clothes dyed with mud designs to the cold words. Conversations dwindled in tidbits with warmth and love. Walked with the fun of girls and the weak on pitted roads. We grew with our growing imaginations with fun and play. watching the stars, sharing our hopes, our fears, and our scares. But now all that is lost for our children and grandchildren. They are just on a roller coaster ride. Will the world be the same again with the passing of the virus? Will the terrible pass with the blooming of slow loveliness spring? But now all that is lost for our children and grandchildren. They are just on a roller coaster ride. Will the world be the same again with the passing of the virus? Will the terrible pass with the blooming of slow loveliness spring? Thank you very much for listening to this poem, Transition.